You know, this Luis Elizondo is a very fascinating character, and it makes me wonder. The one problem I have with all of this is like, okay, he's been a former government employee that was head of this Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, ATIP, and it makes me wonder: and he's coming forward with all this information. He has a book coming out. There's something funny about the whole thing to me. There's something funny about it. Something doesn't ring true about the entire. I think the information he's providing to the public is true. I think he's trying to. I think this, but I don't think. I think this is part of a bigger picture. I think that actually he is acting as some sort of. He's on a mission for our government. He's part of some clandestine plan to disclose the truth over a slow period of time to get people used to the idea that yep, it's all true. There's something going on here that they're from other planet, people coming from other beings coming from other planets, and that's what I think. I think that's what this could be. Doesn't make me right, but that's how I feel. I mean, consider. I mean, if the government really wanted to keep this hush hush. And like they have been, like they have for decades, since the 40s, 50s, 60s, all these decades they've been. This is you just think about it. It's not just the United States. There's governments of other countries. In Australia, in 1966, a bunch of school kids see a UFO in broad daylight. And then military personnel shows up, tells them that shuts the whole thing down. They don't want this to go public. And they threaten some teachers. They tell one teacher, hey. If you say anything about this, you're going to get fired. We'll say you're an alcoholic. Next thing you know, it'll be a big article in the newspaper and you're going to be fired. So, but that kind of stuff, you think that kind of stuff would have been happening to him. Now, in this article that appeared in GQ, this Q&A article, he actually talks a little bit about, like he was getting, like some people were concerned that he was going to get, get in trouble from the government, and it goes on here. It says when he initially spoke to the New York Times about this, it says, "Were you worried about repercussions?" He said he was getting calls from the FBI. He's getting calls from people that the FBI was going to be coming to his house and SWAT was going to come to his house, and And then another question they asked is, do you have a sense of why they didn't raid you and throw you in jail and instead let you carry on talking? And he says this, is my personal opinion, which I rarely give because I have no way to substantiate this, is there were enough people on the inside that said, look, he was briefing the senior brass and you need to be careful because if you squeeze Lou too hard, you're going to have very, very senior people come to his defense. Okay. Yeah, that could be true, maybe. But maybe it's what's true is what I'm saying, is that actually Lou Elizondo is on a top secret mission for the Pentagon. All these things he's been doing. Why not? Doesn't make me right. I'm not saying that's the absolute case. I'm just, as someone who's been, reading about this, studying this subject for all these decades. I've been very interested since the early 1990s. So basically 30 years. My interest goes back a little bit further than that, but I really, after I saw that thing in 1994, that really had me wondering what the hell's going on. I've read numerous books over the decades. I've watched numerous documentary programs, some good, some bad. But I think I've developed a pretty good understanding of the whole situation. There's some people like out there who I think are a bunch of phonies. I'm not going to say any names here. And I think there's some people out there who are legitimate. I'm talking about researchers. And of course, there are also people out there who put phony images online on the internet all the time. And there's some people out there who put on images that are real. It's you gotta be able to understand, okay, which is what's real and what's not, and I'm sure sometimes I get fooled, and either way. But the fact is when you see one, you know for a fact that they're there. But again, I'm getting off the point here. The point is Luis Elizondo some sort of on a secret mission? Is this a secret mission to help with this? What seems to be a slow disclosure of the truth of the reality that extraterrestrials are on this planet, are visiting here, are up to something, and there's basically nothing we can do about it.